Hello, book lovers, and welcome to Book Talk Radio Club. My name is Claire Perkins, and today I'm talking to author Cindy Stone. Cindy is the author of the highly intriguing novel Scorpion, the Myriad Series. The day began as any other for Avery, without even a hint that she was about to tumble into a bizarre and mysterious series of events which would forever change her destiny. Dark powers, 10,000-year-old spells, mysterious monks and martial arts. It's a book to get lost in, that's for sure, and I loved it. Hi, Cindy. First of all, welcome and thank you for coming on Book Talk Radio Club.
Hi, Claire. Thanks so much for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. So, Cindy, first I must ask the most obvious question. What was the inspiration behind Scorpion?
Oh, there's about four threads that came together really powerfully that inspired this story and that made me very determined to write it. And the first thread was years ago, I met this martial artist teacher who was magical. He actually literally glowed. And when he moved, he left an imprint, a shimmering imprint behind him. And I thought, oh my God, I've never seen anything like this. And I began to learn from him this ancient art called bagua. And it was just incredibly compelling to me. And I wanted readers to learn about this amazing art that really changed my life. And the second thread that really pushed me to write this story was that I was getting really tired of the vampires and werewolves series. I liked them. I really liked them, but I was tired of them. There were so many, and I was also unsure about the unconscious messaging that women were getting, and it became vitally important to me as a woman to send a different message,
Right.
a message that we could become empowered through our own abilities and find our own inner wisdom and our innate power. And so that inspired my main character, Avery Adams, who becomes a very empowered young woman throughout the story, and she is just at the beginning.
Right.
And another thing happened at the same time I was starting to write this story. I was given a gold necklace with three ancient carnelian stones. And the stones are 2,000 years old. And when I put this necklace on, it was just like the weight of history was around my neck.
Wow.
And I felt this energy, Claire. It was really quite remarkable. And each stone is etched with a different symbol. The first one is Scorpion, which ends up the first story or title of the Myriad series. The second one was Minerva, the goddess of wisdom. And
Yeah.
the third one is a dog and an eagle. And these stones were just so laden with history and compelling to me. I thought, instantly I knew this was part of the story. So I began weaving that in.
Fantastic.
And the last thing that was going, it just the whole book was just like masses of coincidences and synchronicities.
Right.
And the last one was really interesting because I was writing a TV miniseries about my great-great-grandfather who lived in India, and he went into the Himalayas to learn by the mystics, and his correspondences in the British Library in the rare manuscripts room, and he's just a really fascinating man, and he wrote all kinds of things about mysticism. So I felt like, wow, our journeys are similar.
Sure.
And he was my great-great-grandfather. But I found this really interesting story where he was given by the 17th century crazy mystic Madame Blavatsky a carnelian stone. And that was the stones that I had just been given.
Right.
And this carnelian stone, given to him by Madame Blavatsky, was going to allow him entrance into a secret mystical place in or near Tibet where he would be able to study with the immortal masters. And I thought, oh my God, I'm writing about the immortal masters. Like, history and story were just clashing together in such a way.
Perfect.
I began to weave the story of my great-great-grandfather into the novel as well. And I just was so determined to bring this novel to life.
It's wonderful. It's a wonderful novel, as I said. Avery learns about the internal martial arts in Scorpion. I understand you are an advanced student of Bagua Kwan. What actually is Bagua Kwan?
It's a great question. And it's one of the three internal martial arts. And the three are Xingyi, Bagua, and the much more better known Tai Chi.
Right.
And Tai Chi, most of us know it, and it's a little bit more homogenized form, but it is a formidable martial art.
Right.
And so these three internal martial arts share the fact that they use internal energy rather than muscular force in order to be powerful. Where Bagua, and each one has their own qualities of using that energy. Bagua uses it in a spiral energetic fashion, and it's considered a celestial practice. So it uses and connects you to the elements of the celestial bodies, the sun, the moon, the stars, and the energy of the earth. And those two energies come together and they swirl together in that spiral fashion. And you use this practice to harmonize body, spirit, and mind, and all of the forces of nature.
Fantastic. Oh, so interesting. Avery's love interest, Aidan Kane, is tired of New York after just a few weeks and longs to return to the Wudang Mountains for peace and stillness. Where are the Wudang Mountains? Why do they inspire such a longing in Aidan? And by the way, I'd like to go there, please.
Yeah, they're very magical to go to. The Wudang Mountains are in China, and China does have at least two mountain ranges. But this one is very special because it is the seat of Taoism, and there are ancient Taoist temples just etched into the rock face of these mountains, and there's so much mist around them that they truly exude mysticism and power and energy of an ancient sort. And Aidan is absolutely enchanted. Not only is he compelled by this practice that I became compelled with too, because it's so rich, but he became enchanted with finding out the secrets of the universe that the Taoist priests in the Wudang know about.
Right.
And they just have this deep knowledge of the way that the world works, the way that living and living longevity and health and healing, like they have magical healing practices there. And they just have so much wisdom and, like I said, the secret knowledge that is always hinted at, that if you go to the ends of this study, you will become initiated into these secret knowledge. And he becomes enchanted with that. He wants that knowledge. And I mean, everybody loves a good secret, don't they?
Absolutely. Scorpion is definitely a book for readers that love mystics, powerful strange forces, and spiritual lessons. What drew you to write in this genre?
Well, not all the readers are into all of that. A lot of the readers just love it for that, quick-paced adventure. And they read it on that level, and that's great. Like, I've had lots of readers send me emails about how much they love the adventure, and they're not into any of that spiritual stuff.
Right.
But when you're into the spiritual stuff, I think you get many more deeper levels to the story.
Sure.
And what drew me to write a story like this? Well, first of all, I'm a psychotherapist and a hypnotherapist, so I love the mind, and I love deep levels of learning. So I love to write on many levels. And I live and breathe this stuff on a daily basis. When I first started studying Bagua, it was really because the teacher was just really handsome, and everybody loves a handsome teacher.
That's a good reason enough, yeah.
I know, it was a really good way to get initially involved. But the practice became so profound for me that I really do live and breathe this, and I've become committed and dedicated to this for decades now. And so this is my life. And so I try to live everything as this Bagua being. Everything becomes that kind of life. I breathe it, I flow with it.
And you're
so
writing
that's
it.
what drew me to it.
And you're writing it.
And I had to write about it. So nobody's written a novel about this, and I wanted to just bring it out to a wider audience in the world.
So this is the first book in the Myriad series. I can't wait for the next one. Do you intend to carry on with the story from the end of Scorpion, or will it be a totally new story with new characters?
It is a series that has these ongoing, wonderful main characters. I am in love with these characters. I'm not ready to let them go yet. They're at the beginning of their journey. They're just evolving into these amazing human beings. Like, I love them. And I can't wait to see where Avery gets to, because she's just really come into her own and has surprised me in so many ways. So, yes, the story carries on from the first book, but the story goes into many more dimensions
Right.
than the first book does. The first book's really a setup. It's an
Mm.
exciting setup,
Mm.
but now we can really get into the depth of the story and the global conspiracy and the secret societies, and more about the stones and the mysticism and the deeper aspects of this practice. So I'm really excited about writing it.
Like many people, I love to read on holiday. I took Scorpion with me on the plane, and within minutes was totally lost in another world. Never has an uncomfortable economy flight gone by so fast. What type of books do you like to take on holiday with you?
I'm so glad to hear that that you enjoyed your economy flight,
If one
and
can, yes.
and that you love the story. Thank you.
Sure.
When I go on holidays, now I love having a Kindle because I can carry a million books on one little piece of equipment rather than having a suitcase that tips the scales at the airport. Because I'm an omnivore when it comes to reading. I love all kinds of books,
Right.
just like all kinds of music and movies. Um, so often I like something light, and that's a quick read and really engaging. It always has to be engaging, otherwise I can't finish it.
Sure.
Um, but the past few years, or a few decades really, because of my work, and I guess because of the things that I enjoy writing about, I really want to understand deeper the mind and consciousness
Mm.
and quantum physics, because one of the characters is a quantum physicist.
Right.
And so I read a lot about that, and I really, really enjoy it.
So what's next for Cindy Stone?
That's a really good question, because I've always been the kind of person that has just kind of looked at what door is opening for me now rather than a super planner. Like, I do plan, I plan out my books, um, but I'm really open to what happens just in the moment. And at the moment, my sister and I are renovating an 1856 old farmhouse on 22 acres of woodlands. And we're building like a heavenly garden here. I love it. And I have to write the next book,
Right.
and finish it. So I'm really excited about that. And these are the things that drive me, and my practice.
Wonderful. It's wonderful. So where can Book Talk Radio listeners purchase Scorpion?
Scorpion is available on Amazon, and at the moment for this summer, it's on sale for, I think it's $4.99 US.
Right.
And so you can get it on all the Amazons. You can get it on all of the online retailers. You can order it through your bookstores if it's not on the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have any problem finding it, you can always contact me at my website, or email is cindystone@cindystoneauthor.com. And my website is www.cindystoneauthor.com. And I'm happy to hear from readers. I love it, actually.
Okay, thank you, Cindy. That was fascinating. Please come back on Book Talk Radio Club when you finish your next book. I'd love to chat with you and hear more. In the meantime, good luck for the future, and thank you everyone for listening to Book Talk Radio. Bye, Cindy.
Bye, Claire, and thank you. It would be my honor to come back and talk to you.
Thank you.